Hello everyone. On today's episode, we're going to talk about getting perspective. In particular, 6 ways to get perspective on your life right now. Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the incredible topic of perspective, which is looking at your life in a way that is more serving towards you, the sort of way that a parent would look lovingly on the life of a child, understanding how to get perspective of your life, which will help you be your true authentic self and not sweating the small stuff so much. Perspective is all about not sweating the small stuff and allowing things to happen, develop and manifest. So as always, I've got a quote on this topic, and that quote is, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough." Oprah Winfrey. I'll read that quote one more time. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you'll never ever have enough. Oprah Winfrey. So true, and Oprah is a great example of that. Someone who grew up in poverty, was raped as an early child, and then went on to focus on what she could achieve and what she had. And I remember Adam Sandler, really opening up in an interview once, saying when he was a poor, struggling comedian, he'd go into sort of, restaurants and he'd try and get a bar tab because he didn't have enough money. And he'd ask, "Listen, can you comp me this meal and, I'll pay you back next week?" And people had nothing. They'd say, "Nah, mate, we're not going to help you. Not interested." And then he found the most interesting thing in the world was when he first made his first $1 million, he'd go to the same restaurants and they'd offer him free meals when he didn't need them. And scarcity mentality really breeds the sort of things that the universe develops. The universe is a creative force. So if you have a scarcity mindset, it will produce scarcity. If you are thinking about someone that you hate, that will come more and more into your life because the universe only knows how to create, doesn't know how to destroy. I know personally that I've learned this the hard way. I'll always focus on things in the future, goals, and always focusing on grabbing things from the future. And at the same time, I'm ignoring what I have right now, which means I could never be happy because I never have really what I want. I'm always grasping, and it's really at the core of suffering. Looking at what you have and being happy is key. And for me, the minute I stopped looking forward and looked around me, I realized that I have more than I'll ever need. And in fact, the day that you wake up, you've got the gift of life, which 14.5 billion years of other organisms don't have anymore. So you're very, very lucky. So I have a story to illustrate this, and this is a Zen story, and I'll read it to you now because I think this story really illustrates perspective before we get into the 6 tips. The story is called The Other Side. One day, a young Buddhist on his journey home came to the banks of a wide river. Staring hopelessly at the great obstacle in front of him, he pondered for hours on just how to cross such a wide barrier. Just as he was about to give up on his pursuit to continue his journey, he saw a great teacher on the other side of the river. The young Buddhist yells over to the teacher, "Oh, wise one, can you tell me how to get to the other side of this river?" The teacher ponders for a moment, looks up and down the river and yells back, "My son, you are on the other side." I really love that story. It genuinely shows that you have what you want and you just need to be more aware of what you have, and it's all perspective. That teacher, the question that was asked is how to get to the other side. So from the teacher's perspective, he is on the other side. So you can quickly see how perspective can change your entire situation in the landscape. So what are these 6 steps that will help you get perspective on your life? And I'll start with step 1. And step 1 is the only time you need perspective is in this moment right now. You didn't need perspective when you were 20. I know you think you did, but you don't. You don't need perspective when you're 80. I know you think you do, but you don't. You only need perspective right now. You only need to get grips on how your life has unfolded. The only way it knew how, and the only way it could have, to this point right now. That's all you need to do. It's very simple. You don't need to build skills. You don't need to practice. You just need to right now understand that things could be no different to the way they are right now. Number 2, letting go. Once you let go, you start to realize and your perspective grows. You haven't got this sort of mental fog and cloud of things past always getting in the way. It's quite often I hear people going, I'm having a bad day today. Someone hit their trolley into my car, and it's just like about 3 weeks ago when someone did the same thing. And you go, well, of course it's a bad day, because you're taking all these situations from the past, you bring them in today. It couldn't possibly be a good day because there's no room for it to be a good day. Letting go is at the heart of seeing your life for what it really is with perspective. Number 3, learn from it. The beauty of interesting things happening in your life and big challenges is that if you learn from it, you'll be prepared so you don't have to put up with it again. I often say that the teacher leaves when the student's ready. Until you learn from what you need from the universe to grow and become the best version of you, you will continually get those problems in your life. And remember, if you do what's difficult, you'll have an easy life. If you do what's easy, you'll have a difficult life. Number 4, think of examples. Bring examples into your life in which something that seemed horrible at the time it happened ended up being wonderful. I mean, the amount of people who lost their jobs over the last 10 years who have now realised that was the single best thing that happened to them. It allowed them to chase their purpose, allowed them to get a new career, meet new people, do amazing things. But at the time they got fired, they were devastated and almost in a depression. You can start to see that making a decision on what something means to you at the time is really silly because you haven't seen it unfold. And the reality is that those examples have happened all through your life. You've failed and you've overcome and you've become a better person. Why should this time be any different? Number 5, spend time in nature. When you sit in front of the ocean and watch the energy of the ocean waves just roll in for millennium and millions, and it will do so for millions and millions of years, you start to realise that the email that you're worried about isn't such a big deal. You start to realise that wanting the new car is not really as interesting as this incredible tree with birds in it and an entire ecosystem within a few meters. You really start to understand that the world is already here for you and you don't need to do too much thinking outside of that. And the more time you spend in nature, the more that hits you like a Mack truck. And number 6, tune in. Perspective, whether it's good or bad on your life, can only, once again, as in point 1, can be handled through the moment. So when you tune in, become mindful, and you've all watched the video on mindfulness, so you have that skill now. Become mindful, tune in, and realize what's happening to you right now as part of the unfolding mysteries of the universe in which you're a cosmic player. In fact, if you weren't here we'll put it this way, if whatever's happening to you right now wasn't happening to you, the entire universe would collapse and disappear into vapor. All the organisms would cease life and die. How do I know this? Because it takes every single atom being in the exact right spot at the exact right time in order to form the universe in the way it is. It could be no other way. So whilst it might seem dull and mundane, whatever's happening to you right now is part of the big cosmic plane. We get so caught up in watching big blockbuster movies or watching television shows where everyone's having these fantastic fun times. We watch social media where everyone seems to be on holidays or buying new things. And the reality is that's not their life. Don't take perspective from that. Don't look at it and try and shape their life from that. We all have dull moments. We all have sad moments. We all have quiet moments. And without those, we couldn't structure the rest of our lives. If it was just fun all the time, that fun would become very boring. And if you don't believe me, look at all the amazing celebrities that have died of drug overdoses or suicides, because balance and perspective are incredible in you becoming the real you. We all have darkness and we all have lightness, and that duality shapes our creation. Perspective is really important. It really helps you to push forward when things aren't going well and really allows you to see that with every hurdle is an opportunity to win. You could imagine a hurdler at the Olympics and they say, listen, I don't want to run, you've put all these hurdles in front of me. The jumping over the hurdles is the game. It's all about extending yourself, getting better and better and taking on those obstacles and becoming the best version of you. If you're not growing, you're dying. You are here to grow into the unique, beautiful individual that you are. And to do that, you need to make sure you don't sweat the small stuff. And you don't sweat the small stuff when you have great perspective. So follow those 6 steps. Have a think about where you are currently in your life. And if you're not happy, put it into perspective immediately. Have faith, surrender, and move forward to take action to create the real world that you want to. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.